From This Corner with John Ball is brought to you by KNEO 91.7 FM, The Word.
Good morning. I'm John Ball, your host for From This Corner, and From This Corner is dedicated to what's going on in Southwest Missouri and how things are happening. And we have County Commissioner Alan Cook here. The reason Alan is here is because there is big doings going on down in Morse Park. Alan, thank you so much for being here.
Yes, sir, John. Thank you for inviting me. Yes, the new bridge down at Kohler Street going into Morse Park, we put that bridge out for bid back in November, and our intention was to start in December and take about 140 days to construct it, and with materials hard to get, kind of postponed some of that. So we're now starting it. It's closed. It's going to be done well, and people are really going to enjoy the looks of the bridge.
Now, way back when I was a kid, which is sometime after the advent of the horseless carriage, we used to go to Morse Park and play baseball, but you actually had to ford right there, and water would come up on the hubcaps of Dad's old 1955 Chevy wagon and get us across there. This is a big project, right?
It is. The bridge that's there right now is only 22 feet wide, which most county roads are 22 to 24 feet wide, so it's extremely narrow, and it's only about 40 feet long, and it was built back in 1965. And MoDOT had identified it as a bridge that needed to be replaced. So the new bridge is going to be over 140 feet long and about 42 feet wide, which will be 2 wide lanes plus pedestrian or bicycle on each side.
Okay, and it's going to be very similar to the bridge just up the road, where it's actually going to be 4, 5, maybe 6 feet above the water level, depending upon where it is.
They're looking at about 6 feet, with the hydraulics. That could vary, but that was kind of the drawings that they showed us months ago.
And it could change the course of Hickory Creek once again, couldn't it?
It could. Their intention is to kind of create I'll call it a fish ladder, where the trout can actually traverse up and down through there, which is really going to be nice. Talking with Clint Dowdman at the city, that's something that we were interested in doing while we were, building this bridge.
Sure, and I tell you what, Clint's done a great job taking care of Hickory Creek. It is a white ribbon trout stream, which is rare in the state of Missouri, so we sure want to do everything we can to preserve that, don't we?
Absolutely. And the safety, with the head of the bike trail there, and people just going back and forth, whether on bicycles, on foot, because you see a lot of people walking the trails, just for safety. It's really going to be a great addition going into the west side of Morse Park there.
Well, the Morse family, hence the name Morse Park, that has funded that for so many, many years. Just the park itself would just be tickled to death to see the number of people that are utilizing it. And now this bridge coming in like this, it's going to make a world of difference.
Absolutely.
A lot more traffic in there now.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Hey, since you're here, let's talk about something else.
Okay.
You were telling me a little bit earlier, we've got about 1,000 miles of county roads that we have to maintain every year, don't we?
Yes, sir. About 1,000 miles of county maintained roads. There's a lot more miles than that in the county. But those are the roads, mileage for the 8 road districts that are maintained by 8 different road districts. Yes, sir.
Well, now, what's a road district?
Okay, road district. Years ago, the voters established a footprint, per se, of a road district, and they voted on it. And there are 7 special road districts: Joplin, Seneca, Neosho, Fairview, Stella, Midway, Diamond. And the areas that were not voted on to be a road district were left and is now called County Common. And County Common, therefore, is out of Granby, which is about 1/3 of the miles in the county are County Common. But the other 7 road districts take up the remaining 600-700 miles.
Okay, now these road districts are kind of an entity in themselves in
They
that
are.
they each have county commissioners.
They each have seven. The 7 special road districts have 3 elected road commissioners voted by the people. They're 3-year terms, so every year one commissioner is up for election. And they're strictly autonomous. They, we have a lot of interaction. We oversee some of the quality of work, but as far as the deciding what roads are going to mow or grade or surface, it's strictly they're autonomous in those decisions at that road district level.
Well, kind of like everything else, we sing the old song, June is busting out all over. June's also the time for us to get serious about chip and seal and asphalt and things like that, and it goes through about September, doesn't it?
Yes, in February each year, the county commissioners will actually put all the road material bids out. And when we get those bids back, we create a spreadsheet, provide it to the road districts to utilize. If they want to use the bid prices that we got, they're free to do that. But a lot of times a road district can maybe get a little better price than we can at a county level because it's a specific area. But from June to September is heavy road work season, whether it's mowing, with all the rain that we have, a lot of mowing, the grading of the roads that, are rock, but it's an opportunity to do the hard surface work as well.
Okay, you just said something that falls contrary to what I've ever thought, because I always thought that discount by volume, and you're saying these special entities may have a better chance of getting a better deal than even the county common.
Okay, and I'll explain that a little bit. Like culverts and just materials, we get a better price. But let's say that for the county, we would bid out asphalt for a company to come and lay down asphalt. We put that out as a county-wide bid so that people can piggyback off of it, if you will. But take Joplin Special Road District. If they want to asphalt 2 miles of road up in that area of the county, they could get a cheaper price because there's not a lot of trucking, and whoever's going to do that work knows the specific area that they're going. Where we do a county-wide bid, they don't know whether they're going to go to Stella or Seneca, so they bid as a blanket.
I see. Okay, how in the world are these special road districts funded?
Well, there's 3 sources of funding for road districts. They have their levy that is based on the assessed valuation of that road district, and that is for salaries, equipment, buildings. Typically, is what they use those levy funds for. The second source of funding is from MoDOT. It's called CART, County Assistant Road Tax, and it comes from the fuel tax. And MoDOT has a formula that calculates, and then the number of miles that are in a road district uses that formula, and they use that money mostly for mowing and grading some material. And then we have our quarter-cent sales tax that was passed back in 2011, and based on sales tax and how the county's sales tax goes, those funds are formulated and distributed to them by miles that are in their district as well. So that's the 3 sources that they have, all road districts.
Okay. Say I'm someone who lives on Kodiak and I don't have any idea what road district I'm in. Who can I call? How can I find out?
I try to provide that at our admin's desk, but if you look on your taxes, a lot of times it will show the road district, but it's abbreviated, so a lot of times you don't. But just give us a call. We get lots and lots of calls, people wanting to know what district that they're in because they don't know. They know they have a problem, and we've got a map that's got the footprints of each one, and we'll get them in contact with those folks.
Well, not only do these folks have the regular surfacing, which is either asphalt or chip and seal, there's probably some pothole filling that goes on too. Isn't
There is. Last year with the really, really cold weather, you find those spots that down deep just implode. And I drive a lot of the county roads, and there are some potholes this year, but not as bad, as has been in the past. But the road district spent a lot of time this time of year preparing that, because if they're going to do an overlay or a chip and seal, those potholes need to be filled in first. Otherwise you chip and seal a pothole, and you have a nice pothole.
Yeah, and that particular spot's just weak underneath.
Right.
Yeah, okay. And if that's not enough, there's roughly 200 bridges in the county that have to be maintained, isn't there?
Yes, sir. A lot of people wonder about the bridges that MoDOT identifies bridges that are their BRO, bridge replacement off system. And those are not state road bridges, those are county road bridges, or bridges that are in a town that are not on a state road. And there's almost 200 of those bridges in the county. And every 2 years, MoDOT inspects those bridges. They go around and look at every one of them, and they score them. And then funding that they provide the county comes from the scoring of those almost 200 bridges. And they just completed the inspection in January of this year, and we should get a report here in another month or so.
And unfortunately, if there's a bridge that's deemed not travelable, it's not like you put a Band-Aid on it and everything is okay for another 2 years or so. It is a high dollar problem.
It is. A lot of the bridges, they'll do some remediation recommendations to us. And we do have a bridge crew within County Common, and they'll do some repairs to bridges. But a bridge typically will last 60 years or so. But if a bridge is bad enough that MoDOT requires us to lower the tonnage limit on the bridge, we have bridges that we have to change the tonnage limit on until it's repaired, or it may not be repairable. It just is going to have a lower tonnage limit until it's replaced.
Okay, let's circle back around to the Morse Park Bridge,
Okay.
Kohler Street Bridge. Approximately, what's the cost of that project?
It's about $1.5 million, and it's the BRO funding that MoDOT provides to the counties based on the formula for their bridges, and 80% of that cost will come from the MoDOT funding, and it's strictly for bridges for counties. And what's funny is a lot of these funding sources, there's restrictions and certain. And so we're doing a cost share with the City of Neosho on the balance of that. So it's
Okay. All right. So, and we think that maybe the bridge is going to be completed within about 6 months.
140 days. Give and take the rain, but that's our goal.
Okay. Well, Alan, thank you so much for being here. We appreciate that information. And once again, if anybody has a question about anything, the first thing they need to do is find out what special road district they're in, who their commissioners are, and if they can't find that information is available through your office, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you so much for being with us. You're a busy guy, and I appreciate you taking time out to visit with us.
Thank you.
From This Corner with John Ball has been brought to you by KNEO 91.7 FM, The Word. You can watch this episode and many previous episodes of From This Corner on our YouTube channel, linked to our website at www.kneo.org.